Welcome to a special video. I don't have a name for it quite yet. This has been one that I have been excited to do for a while. I've teased it a couple times, but just haven't had a chance to do it. So today we're going to do a little bit of stock investing with Roman and Leo. First and foremost, none of the stocks we're talking about are recommendations. They're coming from a 10 and an 8-year-old. So that should be your first warning. And secondly, we're not doing any advice on this YouTube channel or these videos. This is all just educational purposes. So today, Roman and Leo are getting $1,000 deposited into a public account that's actually my account. Public.com is an awesome app. Trading, they have community. I've had the CEO on All About Your Benjamins in the past, and I've also collaborated with their VP of marketing over on The Advisor of Tomorrow. Great company. I love what they're about. I love the idea of creating community and educating around finance and investing, and the platform is super slick. So when Public has UGMA accounts available, I will be setting those up for the boys there, setting up their own accounts, transferring these stocks over so they can continue to learn and manage it. And we'll do updates along the way. But so not stock recommendations. Do not do this. Consult your financial advisor. Also, this is not an advertisement for Public. This is just a company that I really like. I like the people. I like the platform. They are not paying me to do this. They did hook us up with a nice little invest hat, so thank you, Katy Perry, for that. But this is all just a company that I really like and want to let people know, and it's going to be great for the boys to use as well. And we also have up here on the screen, we're going to be looking at from time to time, and I'll do screenshots and put it in there, some stock charts from Y-Charts. So our friends over at Y-Charts are not paying us for this as well. Just, again, another company that I really love. I love the people. I love the platform. I've been using it for years. So Y-Charts is going to be a little bit of the part of the education for the boys. So, all right, now that I am done rambling, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Leo, you ready? All right, so first things first, let's put the money into the account. So this is how cool this is. Unlike traditional brokerage accounts, it happens right away. So I'm going to go on the phone, got the app pulled up, put the money in. I'm going to continue. I double check to make sure the money was in the account. All right, so the money is now going into the Public account. So now that that's there and it's in transit, let's start talking about the stocks that you guys want to buy. So you each get to pick 3 stocks. We'll hit what they are real quick. We won't go over every single one of them, but we'll talk about them, about why and kind of the things there. And then we also have to determine how much you want to put into each stock. Are you going to invest it evenly amongst the 3, or are you going to put more into one because you believe it more? So who's going to go first? All right. We'll go with Roman first. So first, Roman, tell me the 3 stocks that you want to invest in.
Amazon, Best Buy, and Disney.
Amazon, Best Buy, and Disney. All right, I'm going to pull up on Y-Charts while we're talking through things. I'm going to pull up, which chart do you want to look at?
Disney first.
Let's look at Disney, okay. So we'll show this, we'll cut away. Hopefully if I'm doing my editing very well. Right now you actually don't even see us, you see the Disney chart on the video, but we're going to look at the technical chart. So technical charts kind of show the price movements day to day. You guys have seen these before, but we're looking at it, and what do you see on the Disney chart?
Mountains.
Mountains. So that's a good way to describe it. So mountains. And what way are the mountains going? Are they going down to the left or up to the right?
They're going down, up, down, up.
But
down,
it's
up.
ending further up to the right. So
yeah.
you can see that
It starts
Disney,
middle, but it goes up.
Right. So you can see Disney in the last year has gone up, and you can see that there's a big dip back around COVID time, way back here. Look at it. That's COVID. Boom. It drops down. And then it's recovered. So what is it about Disney?
Because COVID made it not go up, and then now more people are going to.
Right. So yeah, let's talk about it. So you're going to be investing in Disney, and Leo already has some Disney stock, but you're investing in Disney, and what you were talking about, Leo. So why? So explain more about why that stock price went down.
Because of COVID, more people don't want to go there because everybody's hands are touching all the rides and stuff.
And because it was shut down.
I'm saying, and they shut it down.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So with the stock price, the investors, like, you're buying Disney because you think in the future the stock price is going to go higher. Otherwise, why would you put money in it? Like, the reason to invest is you want to put your money somewhere that in the future it's going to be more. When you see that Disney shuts down and people aren't going to it, then as an investor you think, well, they're not going to make as much money, so their stock's not worth as much. The price, you sell it and it comes down. So it's going up and to the right. Why do you want to buy Disney? COVID's not over. We heard today on the news there's a new strain that's out and about, floating around, and it's in the U.S. now. Why would you want to buy Disney?
Because, well, the first reason I wanted to buy Disney was because Disney Plus.
Okay.
I feel like that's getting really big, and people are getting memberships for it.
Okay.
And another reason because everyone loves Disney. They love going to it, and they spend lots of money when they're there.
All right. So, like, there's a
And
little...
like on Disney hotels and stuff, too.
There's like a sparkle in my eye. Maybe it's a little tear. So we did not rehearse any of this. I told them think about their stocks, but we did not rehearse any of the reasons why. And the big smile that I got when you smiled at me and the little tear in my eye was that the reason that you just stated, Disney Plus, going back, people love it. That's a very good reason to invest in a company. Like that, to me as a 10-year-old, that's a very observant observation. That's double words there, but I absolutely love that. So that's great. So we're gonna buy Disney. Let's talk about why you want to buy Best Buy.
Because so the Xbox and new Xbox and PS5 just came out, and Best Buy has like all those electronics and stuff, and those are selling out, and people are getting a lot of electronics because iPhone 12, PS5, new Xbox.
Okay. Now let's look at
electronics.
Let's look at Best Buy's chart. What do you see there? It went down. So Disney went up, but it's okay.
Down the hill.
It's okay. So if you think that people are going to be buying these electronics, that they're going to be doing well,
but it's going to go up soon.
Right. Just because it's going down right now isn't necessarily a bad thing. If anything, you're getting it on sale.
It's like a W.
It's more expensive right here, and you're getting it on sale. So by no means am I a technical analyst, which means somebody who studies charts, but I've read enough about it. I've looked into it enough over time. And what you're seeing right here is actually potentially a good sign. So see how this is all zigzaggy going on up? And right here, they're all kind of in a range. So one of two things can happen. They call this a consolidation. So all of the buyers and sellers are kind of just settling down at this one price range, and it's not going up, it's not going down.
It stopped at one point.
Right. That's because yep. So what could happen here is it could break through, and then it's going to go on the way up, or it could break down this bottom part. So see how it kind of creates like a line? It won't go past like that 105. It also doesn't go past that 101-ish, maybe a little bit like 100. So it's staying between 101 and 105, just rough numbers. If it breaks through 105, that could be a good sign that it's on its way to go up, back up to the highs. But if it goes below that 101, then that could mean it lost what they call support, and then it might go down further.
Then they'll go down 94, 85.
So just
75.
to give you a little bit of information, like if you ever look at charts, these lines right here, this blue line is called a moving average. It's a 50-day moving average. So it's the price average over the last 50 days, and you keep on going back. So today going back 50 days, yesterday going back 50 days, the day before that, and you keep on doing it, creates that line. The orange line is a 200 moving day average, so it's a lot longer. So right now it's below its 50-day, but it's above its 200 moving day average. So the long-term trend is still safe. It's the shorter term. And one thing that we're seeing that isn't as good right now, which all of this is just looking at it, it doesn't tell us anything. It's not a crystal ball. It's just information we have today to help us make a decision of, is now a good time to buy? Is this a good company to buy? See how the blue line's starting to kind of go over? So the moving average for the last few days is actually starting to go down, which maybe it stays there, maybe it doesn't. We can go back and look where there'd be a little bit of a turn and then went back up. But if we go back in March, see how it turns, then it goes down for a little while. How long are you planning on investing in these stocks?
I don't know.
Short term or long term?
My next one, long term.
Okay.
Amazon long term.
Okay.
Disney long term, and then maybe Best Buy short term.
Okay. All right. So you're going to be a trader at 10. Okay. We'll see how that goes. So those are all just things we want to look at. We won't look at Amazon's chart, but why do you want to buy Amazon?
Because they have everything.
Okay.
And that's, if you buy online, you most likely use Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's gotten done better during COVID because people aren't going out as much, so they're just ordering from online.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to like their door. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's just easier and really, really popular. Okay.
So one thing that you may not know about Amazon is they've got the store. They also have this thing in the background called Amazon Web Services, which is they host websites, and like a lot of big companies use their web services. So you've got the store, but Amazon has this other business in the background that does even more business behind it, that's more profitable than the store. So you may not even know that. I think Amazon is I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't think anybody knocks it off. I think one thing to consider going forward in the future, I think a stock that Leo is picking that's similar as Amazon might be a little bit better, because Amazon we already know all this about Amazon. So part of what makes a company grow, one of the factors is its ability to grow in the market, meaning it's helping more businesses. Amazon's pretty big as it is. It'll always do real well. It'll probably always be a good stock, but the big growth may not be there. And I could be totally wrong. No one knows, and they could come out with a new thing that would make it even better. But I think it's a good pick, but I think that maybe a lot of the growth is already there. We'll have to wait and see. This is why we invest. It's why you don't only pick one stock. And in the grand scheme of things, I'd want you to have more than 3. And really, I'd probably want you to have an ETF. But this is kind of more fun, and you're going to learn along the way. All right, so we've got Roman stocks. We've got, again, Amazon, Disney, and Best Buy. Great reasons for all of them. Leo, what stocks are you buying?
Shopify, Sony, and Tesla.
All right. So let's start with, we just talked about Amazon. So let's start with Shopify and see why you want to buy Shopify. Shopify? Oh, you know what? You know Shopify. How does mom run her store?
By Shopify?
Right. So you know Shopify because your mom's successful business is all run on Shopify. Her website's on Shopify.
Oh, wow.
All of the orders go on Shopify. Yeah, so it's been a good. So think about it. There are millions of small businesses out there that are using Shopify to run their business. And in COVID times, to Roman's point, more people are shopping online, which they're shopping through these smaller businesses that have online.
For Shopify,
right?
Because people more likely will order.
But since they're smaller businesses, they may not get as much.
Or smaller businesses have more room for growth. Think about mom's store.
Smaller.
Right. They have more room to grow. When you get super big, there's only so big that you can get. You kind of plateau out. You know what a plateau
when you
is?
get small, you grow.
Right. So there's more, but so this is all great stuff. So with small companies, stores, or just small companies like stocks, there's more room to grow. If you think of like if there's 10 shares in the market,
Target,
so if there's 10 shares in the market, Target might own 8 shares. But mom's store might only own 1. So Target could only gain 2 more to own the market. Go 8 to 10, if that's the pie. Target is almost all the way at the biggest it could be. Mom is at a 1. So is she going to outsell Target? No, because that's not her business. But going to 1 to 8 is a lot more growth opportunity. But with more growth, comes the opportunity for more failures. So more small businesses go out of business than a Target will. So that's the risk-reward trade-off. Investing in a smaller company or smaller businesses, there's more room for growth, but there's also a higher likelihood that they may not succeed, which we're seeing in COVID times, which means it goes down. So I like Shopify because they're helping more smaller businesses, and they're not directly competing with Amazon, but they kind of are.
And because they're doing good.
All right, and that's the downside to it, though.
They barely go down.
Right, but that's the downside to it, though. Can it keep on growing, or
it can go down?
When you
down.
It could go down, but when you invest, there's these things that kind of have corrections. So a stock will do real well, and then it might correct a little bit. Some news comes out, or maybe people say, "Hey, I made a lot of money in Shopify. I want to sell it and move it somewhere else." It could bring the price down. So Shopify tends to be a very growth-oriented stock, which means there's a little bit more volatility to it. So if you own Shopify, you've got to be prepared for it to go down 20%. So lose 20% of your money in a short period of time, but it can come back. So are you going to hold Shopify for a long time or a short time?
Short time.
No, long time. Hold Shopify for a long time. All right, so Shopify we know because of Mom's store. My Little T-shirt store is on Shopify as well. So it's very, you don't have to have big businesses. My Little T-shirt store, RLS Threads, shout out right there, is on Shopify as well.
Your merches.
My merch, yeah, my merch. You guys are all about the merch now, thanks to Fortnite. Okay, so Shopify. Let's talk about Sony. Why do you want to invest in Sony?
Because I have a PS4 that is Sony.
So I
have a Sony TV.
You have a Sony TV and you have a Sony PlayStation. Okay, that's a good reason. So again, you're kind of going with this theme of invest in the things that you know and that you like, which is not a bad way to go. So Sony's chart doesn't look too bad at all. So we can count that as a good one. And then the final one, Tesla, another high flyer. So Leo likes the high flyer, Shopify and Tesla. Let's look at Tesla real quick. Why do you want to buy Tesla? Look at that chart.
Oh my God.
That's the first time you guys saw that. Exactly. Tesla's up like 600% since March when COVID happened.
694 numbers.
So $694 right now. So why do you want to buy Tesla? What is it about the company that you like?
They're cool.
They're cool? Okay.
And they're one of the safest cars.
One of the safest cars, and they're cool? Okay. Did you know they have other businesses as well? They have like the solar panels that people can put on their house and do power, and Elon Musk has a lot of crazy things.
They're also all just not fancy cars. There's like trucks of them.
Right, they got the Cybertruck coming out too. Okay. So just like Shopify, the warning I would give you there is on Tesla, it's been up a lot this year.
But it may go down because Mustang is creating like a electric car.
That's a good point.
It may go down and people may buy a Mustang.
That's a good point. So if we're looking out long term, as Tesla's always been the main electric vehicle. There's been some other ones, but they haven't been as good. Tesla's been the main electric vehicle, but now that you're seeing Mustangs and Hummers and other electric vehicles, and Porsche has electric vehicles, as you see more electric vehicles coming on, will that take away from Tesla's pull? One thing that Tesla has that that those other car companies don't have is Tesla has loyal fans. They have Apple-like fans that just really want that company and support it. They buy flamethrowers and expensive tequila and all this stuff they buy because it's Tesla. So having a strong following, Elon Musk had a flamethrower that he put out that people bought. That just shows you how crazy their fans are. So I think Tesla's a good buy. Again, you just have to be prepared for it to go up and down and maybe go down a lot in the short term. And you have Elon Musk, who's kind of out there and wild sometimes and says and does some crazy things. But
who is that?
He's the guy who started Tesla. Oh. You should know the CEO of your company if you're buying it. So, all right. So Leo, we'll wrap that back up. So Shopify, you know it from Mom's Store. You like the future of it. Sony, you've got a PlayStation, you got a Sony TV, and then Tesla. You like Tesla. They're cool cars. They're safe cars. And you believe in the future of electric vehicles over gasoline cars.
I think the future's going to have flying cars.
Flying cars? They were supposed to have flying cars by now. We still don't have them, but maybe one day. Okay, so in the last few minutes, we've got our stocks. We know what we're going to be doing. The money's in the account, so now it's time to do the investing. How do you guys want to break up? So you each get $500. How do you want to break that up? Do you want it to go evenly amongst the three stocks? So take 500 divided by 3 and evenly put it through? Or
I want to do... For mine, I want to do 200 Amazon and 150.
Okay. Why'd you choose to put a little bit more into Amazon?
Because I feel like it's the best one of all three.
Okay. Leo, how do you want to break yours up? Do you want to put more in any one of them, or do you want them all to be the same? There's no right answer.
I want to keep them all the same so it's fair.
Okay. All the same so it's fair. All right. Fair. So we'll divvy all that up, and we'll get that into the public account. I won't do that now just to save time because we're going to get close to our 20 minutes. I don't want the camera to shut off on us. So we'll divvy those up. They'll be in the public account, so anybody watching can follow along and see how their picks are doing. And our account actually already has a few stocks in it. I put a little bit of money in there to get started. So we've got some Lemonade, we've got some Etsy, we've got some Peloton, we have some Twilio, and we have some Apple. Yeah, Lemonade is a company where you can buy insurance. It's not Lemonade the drink or Lemonade the song. The company where you can get your like homeowners and stuff through. So it's a newer company that I really like what they're about. So we have a little bit of money in there, but not very much. We had like $300, so not a lot in there. So now we've got that in there. I'll divvy your 500 up as you said. The next thing is going to be, we're going to do updates. So as the boys decide to make changes in their portfolio, maybe we won't come into the office. Maybe we'll do it at home, sitting outside if it's in the spring. But we're going to update everybody on the changes you make and why. What is going to make you make any changes to the 3 stocks that you've bought? Is there anything?
No.
Okay. Leo? Or what will you look for as you kind of pay attention to your stocks to see, should I stay in this or is there a better stock that I want to be in?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. That's why we're doing this. It's a learning experience. So we'll periodically pull up the stocks. We'll talk about how they're doing. We'll look at the charts because that can be part of your decision-making process. We'll talk about what we think is going to happen with them in the future, what's new things that we found, or is there, and it could be that you come across a company that you really like and you like it more. So maybe there's nothing wrong with Best Buy, but you find a company like Twilio or you find a company like Peloton that, you know what, I like those companies better than I like Best Buy, and I can only have 3 companies. Or another thing you can do, if one of your companies does real well, we could sell some of it to go buy another stock. So we can, let's say Amazon does awesome.
It gets a lot of money, so we can get more money to buy another
right.
stock.
So as this grows, we can take some of the growth, and then you can say, you know what, I want, instead of putting more in these same stocks, I really like this other stock I want as well. let me take from this stock and buy some of this stock. The great thing about public and why it's good for you guys is they have fractional shares, which means we can buy $50 of a stock. You don't have to have you don't have to have $694 or $715 to buy a share of Tesla. We can put $100 of Tesla in and get part of a share. Not everywhere can do that, so it's pretty cool that we can do that. All right, any closing thoughts on your stock picks? I'm excited to do this. We're going to put them in there once we hit off on the camera, and then we're going to update this on the way. But anything that you want to share with the audience?
No, not really.
No? Okay. All right, well then we will wrap this up and let it go. So again, we're using Public as the platform. You can find us on there. I believe my name is Justin Costelli. It'll be the boys' portfolio. Thanks to them for providing this awesome platform. Thanks to YCharge for letting us do this. Again, totally on my own. No money there. If any of you guys want to change that, hit me up. Have your people call my people. We can talk about that. Just kidding, but not really. So we'll get these placed. We'll follow along the way. We'll do some updates, and we'll see how the boys do, and we'll also see who does better in the long term. With that, Roman and Leo, thank you for doing this with me. I'm super excited. I also hope you realize the luxury the two of you have, that we're able to do something like this. Think about what's going on today. There's a lot of kids your age that don't have the opportunity to have $500 given to them to invest. So while this is fun and it is a little bit of a game, I want you to be aware and appreciative of the situation you find yourself into, because you are lucky that you get to do this. You didn't do anything other than be born to the right parents to be able to have this happen. So I don't want you to lose sight on this, that we get to do something that many kids would love to be able to do. Okay? So be mindful of that, and maybe we can take some of your winnings and donate it to in the future. So, all right, everybody, stay tuned to see how this goes. This will be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching so far, and we'll see you all in the next video.